foundation. Going to church and praising God was fun for me, like a vacation. And life was so good, everything was a celebration. After some family despair, my grandfather came to live with us, but after the death of his wife, this action was a must. But it didn't matter. It changed the family atmosphere, and soon it became fun or bust. But life has a way of grabbing you by the throat and squeezing out all of the air until you are left with no hope. And in the middle of the night, I heard this very sound. I heard the sound of death as my feet went from my bed to the ground. Walking into my old room, I could feel the doom as it loomed over my head, and there, standing next to my grandfather in bed, was the Grim Reaper, coming for the dead. Knowing what the hooded man in black meant, I became very aware that my grandfather's life had came and then went. The rest of that night was a total blur. The only thing that I can remember was sitting, waiting for the paramedics to concur what we already knew. His death was sudden and out of the blue, and so was the aftershock. The death of a single family member turned into the death of an entire family. The love that we had all had for each other was now encased in a cement block that was sinking into the surrounding darkness. 4 months of regained happiness just taken away. God, why did it have to be this way? Why did you have to do this to me? Why was I the first one to see? A little girl finding a loved one dead in her room, in her bed, is not how the God that I knew would have led me. I was angry with God and I was miserable. My faith had been shaken to the point of not even knowing what I had. Dark thoughts were pulling me away. It got to the point where I could have been asked if I was a Christian, and I wouldn't have even known what to say. My heart had been hardened. My brightness was absent. Grief was taking over me, and I just wanted out. But then, I was struck with the realization of what my grandfather now had. A new life free of any doubt. Now due to Christ never giving up on me, showing me love when even I was blind to his majesty, I no longer show fear when I am faced with death. And I will claim love and trust in Christ until my very last breath.